Arcadia with you.
Yeah, gangways are clear now and we're commencing to single up. We're breaking away in due course.
Arcadia with you, thank you. And you are clear to proceed.
Thank you.
Oh, shipmates! Oh, blimey! What's wrong with the voice today? Hang on. Let me give it a clear. Oh, that's better. Should have done some more singing in my cabin. It's lovely in my cabin today. Very refreshing temperature. Been working away for the last couple of hours, and the old computer has not made it hot at all. Current conditions in the cabin are about 25 centigrade. That's lovely. Current temperature outside is just about 18.5. The wind has picked up a little. It's gusting to 12 knots. Visibility is excellent, 42 nautical miles. And we are at 60% humidity. It feels rather pleasant outside, actually. It does feel quite a bit warmer than the 18.5 that it's recording for Town Quay there. We have 2 departures today. The P&O's Arcadia, she's just on the radio, she's singling up. She'll be on our screens shortly. She's just off the edge of the picture at the moment. And then at 5 o'clock, Disney Dream. And let's hope she gives us some good honks. Oh, which way is the wind coming from? Oh, the wind's coming... let's have a look. Disney Dream is facing... Which way is Disney Dream facing? Yeah, Disney Dream is facing the wrong way. So she'll probably be reversing all the way past again. And she might well be spinning in the lower swing ground, which means if she does, she might honk down that way. Last time she did that, she honked when she was pointing the wrong way and the wind doesn't help. Which way is the wind again? Wind is from the northeast, yes. Oh dear. Might be a bit of a problem with the haulage there on Disney Dream. Well, we shall wait and see. What camera do you want? That's the camera. There we go. See, the grass in Mayflower Park is still looking pretty brown. There's not been enough rain to really change the colour of the grass. It's still brown. No rain today. Ahoy there, shipmates in the chat. Ahoy there, shipmate Donna, the Lincolnshire lass. I think that's the second time you've won our Guess the Number of Shipmates Departing the Port of Southampton competition, and you weren't there in the chat to claim your prize. Pretty sure you've won it before. That is twice, isn't it, shipmate Donna? You'll have to let me know. Third time's a charm, though, I think. Ahoy there, Simon Bolton. And ahoy there, Martha Dent from North Yorkshire. Martha Dent won the Guess the Number of Passengers yesterday. In fact, I was just about to order your item, and then I got waylaid trying to do some software updates. What did you win, or what did you want? Sorry, that's what you did have that in your email, which was very good of you. Oh, an Eleanor Tugby tote bag. Okay, yep, no problem. I shall hopefully do that after the broadcast, and it'll be on its way to you. I've lost the chat now. Where's the chat gone? Oh, here it is. Back again. But yeah, shipmate Martha Dent was yesterday's winner. Ahoy there, shipmate Sue Hawks. She won the competition, guessed the order of the ships leaving. I think that was last year. She did a very good job. No one else guessed. Ahoy there, Caroline Andy. Ahoy there, Lulu. Ahoy there, Rich. Rich says, guess the passengers from one ship to all 3 of them. On Saturday, there'll be 4 ships departing the port, so you need to guess the total number of passengers departing the port of Southampton. And there's a link in the bottom of the description, in the bottom of the chat here. Our excellent spanner, Keris, has set up a form again, so if you click on the link to the form, it will make a bit more sense. You fill in your username, fill in your guess. She's helpfully put the list there of all the ships are departing. Ahoy there, shipmate Randy Barnes from San Diego.
UK East Sea Line, good afternoon. Yeah, if you can stay on the greens.
mumbling there. Hi there, Raymond Morris. Hi there, Claire Webb. And hi, Elizabeth G. Shipmate Donna Lincolnshire Lass, who won yesterday but didn't win because she wasn't in the chat, says, I know, Captain, I completely forgot to rejoin the live stream last night. Second time that's happened. It was the second time. Well, you're excellent with your guessing. With a skill like that, I think you're bound to win. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed that you've got to win twice. Well, the shipmate David Mottram says they are watching. Ahoy says, "Ahoy, Captain, watching from a sunny West Lancashire and looking forward to joining Arcadia next month." Well, it's not been too bad here in port. Not been brilliant today. It's been a pleasant, cool breeze, which has been a good change. Can't quite see the Arcadia. She's at the report. She's off on a 13-day round trip to the fields. Very popular destination. Well, the shipmate Mozza Morrison says we will sail on Iona tomorrow. Oh, he's down here now. I'm sure I can see myself. Oh, you're down in Mayflower Park. Well, in that case, then there is a little group of shipmates down in Mayflower Park. Maybe I can work out which one you are. Occasionally we get shipmates down there. Little collection of little gaggle of shipmates. Probably one of those, I suspect. Oh, look, there's some scaffolding going up down there. Oh, some preparations for the boat show, I suppose. Not long for the boat show now. It's in about a month's time. It's in the middle of September. The boat show have asked me to do some vlogging for them and do some social media. So I should be getting down there, hopefully, before it opens and on press day. Very excited about that, considering how much publicity I give them. I think it's only fitting the captain gets a press pass. Yeah, I'm not sure what the scaffolding's for down there. I'm guessing it's for the boat show, but I've not seen that before. Oh, the Arcadia is on the move. I don't know if she's going to give us any honking. I haven't heard anything. The wind should blow the haulage down this way, if there is any. It's a great place to watch the ships. Normally, when they are departing and they turn round, they'll spin round right here at the corner of Mayflower Park, and you'll get if you stand where those shipmates down there are standing, you get an absolutely fantastic view of the ships as they spin round right in front of you. But because of all the pontoons for the boat show, you can just about see them over there on the right hand side of the screen. Because of all those pontoons, a lot of the cruise ships seem to be reversing all the way down to the lower swing ground. Shipmate Elizabeth G from Rutland says we've only had light showers. I don't think we've had any showers here today in port. Desperate for rain, she says. Shipmate Donna the Lincolnshire Lass says we've had more welcome rain for the garden and the grass is showing promising green growth. Well, I was going to say can I see hints of green in Mayflower Park? I'm not sure. It just looks very dead to me, but grass is resilient stuff. Always seems to grow back. Well, the shipmate Kazi from Karen and Frank on the Isle of Man. You get a few cruise ships in the Isle of Man, don't you, shipmate? Not many, but I have seen a few with the Isle of Man down as a destination. What's the weather like over the Solent? It looks cloudy. I'm looking on ferry cam here. I think there's I've got this distinct feeling that if you look on the left-hand side of the screen, that's over sort of beyond Town Quay. That looks like rain, doesn't it? And also over the other dead ahead, there's some very suspicious-looking dark activity in the sky, somewhat reminiscent of rain. I've noticed on Itchingham here, we've got the Italian Navy. Their supply ship is here. That came into port this morning. I don't know why. Maybe it's stocking up on Marmite and their vital supplies. Looking from Netley Cam up. And like I say, just 2 departures today. The Arcadia, she's on the move. She'll be on our screen shortly. And then Disney Dream at 5 o'clock. And this is one of these fantastic ships that I really enjoy. A ship-carrying ship. It's loading up with boats, you can see there. Can't quite work out what they are. I don't know what that one is that's in the water. Could be a Sunseeker. Oh, they change the design so often these days, it's difficult to keep up. But they've been loading that, so they'll put a hoist underneath it. The divers are in the water. You'll probably hear the VTS will have a security announcement, and that's because they'll be putting divers in the water so that they can secure the strops around the boat, and then they'll lift it up onto deck, and then there'll be a couple of shipmates up on deck who will weld the metal supports for the vessel. Then they'll strap it down onto the metal supports and then transport it to wherever it's going, possibly transatlantic, possibly to the Mediterranean.
Yeah, sea land, CGI, cheers, mate. Yeah, no problem.
Shipmate Andy W says ended up with 1 inch of rain yesterday. Gosh, that's a lot of rain. Wonder where are you based then, shipmate Andy W? Shipmate Kazi, who's up in Isle of Man, says the last ship they had was the Oceania Vista. Oh, I don't remember.
Southampton BTS to Keyway, clear of the Empress, approaching the western shelf outwards.
Thank you. Inward bound, 10 Mexico Innovation, approaching northwest Netley for each.
I see her there, thank you.
Shipmate Jill Grant says they are down in Mayflower Park watching Arcadia. Was on it in July. On Ventura tomorrow. Aha! With our same Lincolnshire flag. Good, like a flag. So here comes Arcadia heading towards us. She is off on a 13-day round trip to the fields. She's calling in at Kristiansund in Norway. Norfjord. So I don't remember seeing that one before. In Norway. Kristiansund in Norway again. Okay. Avaldsnes in Norway, Ålesund in Norway, Stavanger in Norway, and then Zeebrugge for Bruges in Belgium. That's interesting. Why does it go back to the same port twice? Curious. I think that's a mistake. No. The mistake is the captains. The first one is Kristiansand in Norway, and then it's Norfjorden, and then it's Kristiansund. So it's Kristiansand and Kristiansund. My mistake. I wasn't paying enough attention. Captain wasn't paying attention, which we cannot be having that sort of behaviour. In case you're wondering, shipmates, I am the captain of the Solent Ships YouTube channel, broadcasting to you live and direct from the port of Southampton, as we watch P&O's Arcadia head towards us. P&O's Arcadia, I think she must be the second oldest P&O ship in P&O's fleet. Built in 2005, 21 years old. She's 84,000 gross tons. I don't think we've had any passenger and crew numbers yet. Pilots said they were still busy counting. I'm suspecting there's going to be somewhere around about 2,100 passengers on board. That would be my guess. She's 84,000 gross tons. I can't quite decide if that makes her a large small ship or a small medium ship. Shipmate Daniel Elliott says the boat they're loading up looks like I think he says hairline. I think he means Fairline. Talking about that one there. Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you, that's all good.
think I'm hearing horns. Let's turn the outside microphone on.
BTS, Red Jet 7 should be away from Town Quay.
I think my ears don't deceive the captain. Very faint today for some reason. The wind should be blowing it sound in the right direction as well. Not quite sure why it's so faint. I can see a few shipmates up on deck, a few shipmates out on their balconies. I don't see any flags as yet. We have a little look up by the nameplate. That's normally a good location. If you've got an internal cabin, for example. Looks like someone up there with a fancy hat on. Oh, hello, I see a flag. Yes, normally I say, but when we get to roundabout the ferry terminal. That's normally the best time.
Outward bound Arcadia, 101.
That's all coming, thank you.
Oh, more haulage. Might better pick that one up. No, I can't.
VTS, Red Castro.
Red Castro, VTS.
VTS, Red Castro, we are asking permission to depart Roll Pier, outbound for 48 berth, but we will be following Arcadia now. We'll be shutting down over there, returning Monday morning 4:25 sailing.
Red Castro, VTS, yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
There we go. Brilliantly holding their flag straight and true.
Innovation, Southampton, VTS.
Loud and clear on.
Just to let you know, have divers in the water on 31 berth alongside the ship there.
I don't know if the shipmates are in the chat.
Going right down now.
We can see you.
ITS Etna, Southampton, VTS.
Small technical problem there with the holding of the flag. Arcadia is going quite quickly. I'm having to speed the camera up to keep up. How fast is Arcadia going? I think she's doing more than 6 knots.
ITS Etna.
Can't keep up with the camera. Hey, we see you there, shipmates. Well done. So I'm going to jump ahead a second here. How fast is Arcadia going? Maybe the wind's blowing along. Maybe she's wind assisted. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, she's doing 7 knots. I thought she was going quite fast.
Hercules leader west of Penang. Thank you. Inward bound split 2 south of Altona Point. And from south is HMM Tacoma for 1730. Pilot station Alpha.
Yeah, you might even be able to notice that she looks like she's moving along pretty sharply.
Southampton VTS, RS divers.
RS divers.
Permission to put a diver in the water, 25 berth.
RS divers, VTS 25 is approach. Over.
That's all received. I'll give you a shout when he's out of the water. RS dives out.
Security, this is Southampton VTS. Divers into the water on 25 berth. Divers in the water 25 in Empress Dock. Southampton beaches up.
So that's the divers for loading the vessels there on the ship carrying ship. And there we go. There's our shipmates there with flying the flag. Doing a splendid job. It's a bit gusty out there, so I can't keep up with the Arcadia. The camera's not. There we go. Found us around another gear for the camera panning. Pity it's not a county flag, but we'll take a Union Jack. It's probably the closest they'll get to box cam here. Oh, and they give us a wave. They must be in the chat. Let me know in the chat if that's you, shipmates. Excellent. Oh, very vigorous flag waving. Perfect stuff. We see you there, shipmates. Heading off to the fields. Don't know what the weather's like in the fields. I don't know if it'd be different to the UK at the moment. Lots of shipmates up on the top deck there. Had the Fred Olsen ship depart yesterday, and I thought I heard some music from a sail away party. And one of the shipmates in the chats said that yes, indeed, they do have good sail away parties, and old people like sail away parties as well. That's what he said. I didn't say that. No passenger or crew figures yet for Arcadia, but I'm guessing somewhere around 2,100 thereabouts. Yes, the wind has picked up just a bit for this departure. And it almost looks like it's raining. I don't know if you can see, but it's sort of like hints of rain. Do you think that is in the distance? There's sort of periodic summer showers. So the divers are in the water. They're down here. You can see the little orange boat next to the pleasure craft there. So the divers will be in the water securing those blue strops, which you can see around the vessel before it's loaded onto the larger vessel, ready for being delivered somewhere else in the world. There's the Red Kestrel, the freight-only Red Funnel Ferry. I think she's finished for the day. She tends to work a very sensible 9 to 5 shift, unless the ferry terminal have got a problem. She might do a bit more. Well, shipmate James Dawson. Shipmate Stephen Williams said straight and true, but upside down. Yeah, I did notice that. It's a frequent annoyance of me. I was out driving around, I think it was somewhere in Essex, and there were a whole load of Union Jacks on the lampposts. And I think in a street that I drove down, I think every single one was upside down. I mean, I don't know the chances of them being upside down. It seems a bit odd to me, but every single one, it's almost like they've done it on purpose. So the Arcadia off to the fields for 13 nights. 13 days. Calling in at Kristiansund in Norway, then Nordfjordund in Norway, then Kristiansund in Norway. So two different places there. I made the mistake of thinking it was the same place. Then Aldalsnes in Norway, Ålesund in Norway, Stavanger in Norway, and then eventually popping into Zeebrugge for Bruges. Fancy a cruise on Arcadia. And Paul sent over some sample prices and some cruise later on this year. This one's for November time. Looks like we've got a Red Funnel Ferry. Got a Red Eagle. This was Eastern Mediterranean Discovery for November for 19 nights. You may have forgotten what sun's like by the time it gets to the end of by the time it gets to November. 3 days at sea, Motril for Granada in Spain. A couple of days at sea, Palermo in Italy. Another day at sea, Athens in Greece. Kusadasi in Greece, Mykonos in Greece, Heraklion in Crete. 3 days at sea. Cadiz in Spain. 2 more days at sea. Back to the port of Southampton. I bet that's good weather there somewhere. Oh, is that... No, they're not lifting it. I thought they were lifting the yacht. Not. What else did Paul send over? Autumn Colours of New England for September 28. 2 years away. 5 days at sea, then St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Quebec City overnight. Saguenay, Quebec. Day at sea, Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, Sydney in Nova Scotia, Halifax in Nova Scotia, New York overnight, Newport, Rhode Island, Boston, Massachusetts overnight, and 7 days at sea back to the port of Southampton. There's some great overnight stops there. What time of the year is this? It's for September. Oh, very good time of year to go. It's that northeast in September. Not too hot, not too cold. What else did Paul send over? Western circumnavigation. This will be the January, yes, the 6th of January. A lot of the ships go off and do world cruises. So what is Arcadia up to in January? For 106 nights, so that's over 3 months. Starts at £11,500, but that is a lot of nights on board. For an insight, deluxe balcony, 15,000. So where do you go for your 106 nights? Oh, RS Divers again.
RS Divers, bitches.
That's my diver, clear of water, 25 F.
RS Divers, thank you. Or copy. Security. This is Southampton bitches. Dive is now out of the water on berth 25. Southampton bitches up.
You can see the red Kestrel. She's just there mooring up. She's at the end of her shift. So let's have a look at this. I was looking at this this cruise, wasn't I? Need to move a camera. There we go. Nope. Oh, there's Cemex Go Innovation coming into ports. We hear her a lot on the cameras. She's a hopper dredger. Plies her trade around the Isle of Wight, typically sucking up all sorts of aggregates for the Cemex company. But that's not why I turned the camera on. I was hoping to find a side view of Arcadia. Let me move that. Although I do like Cemex Go Innovation. Very distinctive hopper dredger.
BTS, Arcadia, Western Shelf.
There we go. This is what I was hoping to show you.
Arcadia bitches, all understood, thank you.
And if you've got a pen available,
Oh.
I've got some figures for you.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yeah, passengers 2033, crew 844, and that should give you a total of 2877.
Arcadia bitches, that's fine. Thank you very much. Yeah, all received now.
As I suspected, it was around about 2,000 passengers, so she's just shy of maximum double occupancy. I think Arcadia is still an adult-only ship at the moment. There are a couple of ships in the P&O fleet that were adult-only, and they were changing them, I think, from Christmas this year, so that they were going to be adult-only during most of the year, apart from school holidays when they were going to allow some children on board.
Thank you. All received. Clear to proceed. And outward bound traffic, Arcadia, south of Dockhead.
Well, in case you're wondering, nope, that's the wrong camera. There we go. So there's that yacht being lifted up now. The divers have secured those strops around the vessel. They'll lift it up, and as you can see on the main deck, they have all sorts of fixturing. They have blocks of wood and all sorts of things up there, and they'll rest the boat down on some blocks of wood, and then they'll bring in some jacks and props And they often weld them to the decks as well. Make sure they're very secure. It's a fascinating process to watch. Right, let's go back to this round the world cruise in January next year. So Western Circumnavigation. So from Southampton to Funchal in Madeira, Barbados in the Caribbean, Curacao, through the Panama Canal to Mexico, California. Well, I might be popping in to see our shipmate Randy Barnes in San Diego. Actually, I don't know. Probably I don't know where it stops in California. Probably not in San Diego. Maybe Randy Barnes will tell us if we get many cruise ships in San Diego. Crosses the international date line, so you probably do something funny on board, like have someone pour a bucket of water over you or something like that. I don't remember what you do these days. Samoa, Fiji, Vanuatu, and then over to Australia, Papua New Guinea, Philippines, Hong Kong, Singapore, Penang, Sri Lanka, Mauritius, the French Reunion Island, South Africa, Namibia, so around the tippy tip of South Africa, Cape Verde or Cape Verde or Cabo Verde, depending on what level of pronunciation you care to choose. And then Tenerife, back to the port of Southampton. That's 106 nights, starting at 11,419 for an insight, or 15,000 pounds for a balcony. Shipmate Shepherd Book says that stopping in Cannon Falls suggests Long Beach, most likely, or San Francisco. Yeah, I'm suspecting Long Beach. I don't think you'll get too many in San Diego, which is a bit of a shame. I'm not familiar with the port in San Diego. I'm familiar with San Diego. Been there quite a few times. Seem to have a few niggly hiccups with Netley Cam, the sailing club that generously hosts Netley Cliff Sailing Club. They are also going to upgrade their internet shortly, which I'm really looking forward to. That all means we can possibly get a better quality camera down there, but also get rid of all these problems. What's going on here? It's all funny. Let me check. Let me check if I've done something. There's a high possibility the captain's forgot to turn something off. All right, let's have a quick check on that. Okay, let's check. I suspect I've forgotten to turn something off. Forgotten to turn the iron off. Oh, no, I have turned it all off. Off. Yeah, all off. Oh, I don't know why that's giving me some trouble there. Oh, looks like it's brightening up slightly. I can see some colours in the sky. Well, the shipmate Jacqueline Barnes says, I'm watching from the World Hockey Tournament in Amsterdam. I'll be on Arcadia on the 2nd of September. World Hockey Tournament, is that field hockey, I'm guessing? As our American chums would say. Shipmate Randy Barnes says, most likely Long Beach. San Diego has 2 piers only. Serenade of the Seas will be imported in San Diego at that point, but during the week the terminal's pretty open. Well, I knew shipmate Randy Barnes would know. He's got his ear to the ground. Oh, shipmate Shepherd Book's doing some research. He's just looked. The California stop is San Francisco. Says it wouldn't bother me the least. Nice bread bowl of chowder with a Bellhaven to help it down. Yes. I'm still serving those on the Fisherman's Wharf in those bread bowl clam chowder things. Oh, no, wrong camera. Oh, there we go. There we go. You see that powerboat now. It's quite a long way out of the water. Looks like they're just securing some of the mooring lines. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a strop there. Ah, yes. That'll be so that when it's above the deck hands can manoeuvre it around. Shipmate Jacqueline Barnes says, yes, it's field hockey, and the next match is Netherlands versus India. Interesting. I wonder who's the favourite. Which country's favourite to win? I wouldn't know who's good at field hockey.
Thank you, that's all received. And no immediate trash for you.
Shipmate James Dawson says, either way, better than Galveston. Yes, shipmate Shepherd Book, who's from the Texas way, has a particular distaste for Galveston in Texas. I had to look it up on the map to work if I'd been there, and I hadn't. I'd been just down the road to... remember the name of the place now. Corpus Christi. But I didn't know if I'd been to Galveston, and when I looked at the map, I wouldn't know why I'd have been there, so clearly I hadn't. It does look like potentially there's some little rain sprinkles somewhere in the distance.
Southampton VTS, the key, we're approaching the hook buoy outbound to the east via the North Channel.
Okay, wait, VTS, thank you. Call short 3, that's small 7.
372, that's all copy, thank you.
Shipmate Lynn Douglas says, she says something about crossing the date line. Message disappeared before I saw it. Yeah, they normally have some sort of tradition on board if you've never crossed the date line before. Shipmate. I've slurred shipmate Shepherd Book. He may live in Texas, but he's Californian. He wishes to make that clear distinction. I'm familiar with that sort of attitude. I forget there was a name for people from California who moved to Texas. What do they call them? I remember they're quite a popular phenomenon. Cheaper housing in Texas than California, especially if you live in certain parts of California. She's going up. Well, the shipmate Paul Burgess says, when the Disney ship leaving? The Disney ship is away at 5 o'clock, and I have not heard her on the radio. It's not to say that she isn't leaving at 5 o'clock, but I can't confirm that she is. I suspect she is. She's normally very good at leaving on time. Well, shipmate Rudy Suffolk says they are on Queen Victoria, second cruise after her refit in November. Looking forward to seeing what changes and improvements will be made. I wonder what they're doing to Queen Victoria then. Sometimes the cruise companies are quite good about saying what they're doing on the refits, and other times they're just quite vague. There we go. It's completely out of the water now. Looks like they're bringing it over the deck plate. Still none the wiser as to what that is. Jolly impressive boat, though, that's for sure. Shipmate Randy Brands. I was trying to work. I was definitely, when I lived in the States, there was definitely a term for people from California who moved to sort of Texas and the other places, and I couldn't remember what the term was. Shipmate Shepherd Book says they call us exiles. Randy Barnes, who is from San Diego in California, says they call them traitors. Now they're putting this one then, stacking them up. Amusingly, that looks like one of the smaller vessels that's being loaded so far. Those other two look quite big. The one on the left looks a bit like a trader, but I'm not sure. Could be I'm not sure. Shipmate James Dawson, so he's got his finger on the pulse, says they're adding cabins and refurbing the grand lobby and Queen's room. That's the Queen Victoria, apparently, is having a bit of a refit. Adding, Shipmate James Wilson says, adding cabins, refurbing the grand lobby and the Queen's room. Shipmate Laura Bennett says they are back from Disney. I lost signal. Do you see the flag I made? I think you posted it in the post somewhere, if I remember correctly. I did see a flag. It was a homemade flag. I think that was yours. Let me have a quick look, see if I can find it and show everyone. It was very good. I think when you were flying it, I couldn't quite work out where you were, and then by the time I worked out where you were too far away. I think that was the problem there. Let's have a look. How do I find it in the posts? See if I can find a picture of it. I'm pretty sure you posted it on the post section. Let's see if we can see it. Content. Ah, no, I know it's community. Yeah, there we go. I'll see if we can find it. Post. Yes, found it. There we go. We'll find it eventually. There we go. Shipmates Laura Bennett there. She was flying a flag. Unfortunately, we didn't quite see it. I didn't quite catch up with her in time. Couldn't quite work out which funnel she was standing by, and then by the time we did, she was a bit out of distance. But there we go. She made a flag, an Ahoy Shipmates flag. In fact, I've just ordered some Ahoy Shipmates flag. So they will be here shortly. I shall put a link up somewhere for people if you want to buy them. And that was Laura Bennett's flag. Well, the shipmate, the theme park screamer. Oh, it's difficult to read, but it's all lowercase letters, a bit like Thai. Evening, Captain. It says we will have to try and wave from Disney Dream if you're live next Friday. Yep, should be live next Friday. Well, actually, I'm not sure. If I'm not at Pleasant, there'll be certainly spanners driving the cameras. Shipmate Rudy Suffolk, I presume that's a continuation of talking about the Queen Victoria's refurb. More lighter and natural furnishings, particularly makeover of the Queen's Room. Ah, okay, particularly the Queen's Room. Oh, okay. Shipmate Bobby Cube says, Netly Cam seems to be glitchy. It is. I'm suspecting what the trouble with that is. It doesn't have brilliant internet connections. Not as bad as Itching Cam. That's the worst one. It's not brilliant internet connection, but this time of year there's quite a lot of... We have quite a lot of members down at the club, and they tend to use the Wi-Fi down there, and that does slow it up somewhat. Shipmate Margaret says that she met up with two friends the other day who live near Southampton. They say you can always tell when Disney ships in, people walking around with suitcases and Disney is. Funny you should say that. I came into port earlier, around about... When did I come into port after running some errands? Probably around about midday. And you're absolutely right. I spotted people crossing the road, heading to the cruise terminal, or heading to whichever terminal they needed to head to. And they were often a couple of adults, a couple of children, everyone wearing ears. It's quite amusing. You're absolutely right. No, nothing yet from Disney Dream. Put the radio back on. Shipmate, the theme park screamer says be waving like Pirates of the Caribbean flag from hopefully Deck 11 Disney Dream. I suppose that's inappropriate. That's a Disney franchise, isn't it? Pirates of the Caribbean. Shipmate Laura Bennett with the flag that we just saw. This flag here. She made it with her fair hand. Very good. She says, yes, sorry, the ship got underway much quicker than we had thought, and we missed leaving. Sorry about that. We are going on Iona next year. Yeah, sometimes you get carried away, and before you know it, you try and get up on the top deck, and the lift's busy, everyone's trying to get there, and yes, it does. It can suddenly nip off quite quickly. How's the loading of the vessel going? Oh, yeah, see there. The shipmates there pulling on the straps to try and lower it down to the right place. They would have put some chocks underneath it.
Clear to proceed. And traffic for you, Arcadia, S1 and clear channel vessel, please.
There we go, just about to see some of the superstructure.
Roger 6, you're clear to proceed, thank you.
Not too many people out on the Cowshot Beach there. See a couple of ribs down there. Does look inviting. I suspect the water's quite warm this time of year. We've had such good weather. Yeah, there you go. You can see the Arcadia heading down Southampton Water. Fancy a cruise on Arcadia to the New England for the colours of Canada. Or perhaps a Eastern Mediterranean discovery in November is more up your street. They're still gently lowering it. It does take a while. I notice when these ships are in, they load up with quite a few ships on board. Quite a few pleasure craft, probably about 10 or so, that sort of, maybe more. And it does take them quite a few days. It must take them a couple of hours to load up each one. Obviously, they've got to bring the yacht around from wherever it's moored. Normally, they're moored up somewhere locally.
Tacoma, Southampton.
We often see them moored up in Shamrock Quay. They've got a couple of spare berths there. Then you've got to get the divers in the water to put the strops on. Then once it's hauled up above the deck, you then got to put the chocks in, then weld up the bits and pieces. So it's quite an operation. It does take quite a while. I know, and it's not cheap either. I did investigate. And if you wanted to take a sort of 50-foot yacht from Southampton to, say, Mallorca in the Mediterranean, it was going to cost somewhere around £30,000 to £35,000. Shipmate Nicholas Saul says the water in Eastbourne is 21.5. Now that seems to me to be quite warm. Shipmate Rudy from Suffolk says Ipswich Port, also ABP, has a regular service to Cyprus, Cyprus with smaller ship with deck cargo of second-hand lorries, buses, fire engines, etc. Limited market for right-hand drive jalopies. Yes, Cyprus. If you're not familiar, Cyprus is also a right-hand drive country. So a lot of British people in Cyprus, a lot of English spoken, right-hand drive, and better weather. Next away is the Disney Dream, and I haven't heard anything on the radio yet. Shipmate Jane McCarthy says currently at Mayflower Park waiting to wave to Disney Dream.
Thank you. That's all.
They'll be down there. There's a few shipmates down there in the corner of Mayflower Park. Normally that's the ideal place to hear them. With the shipmate Randy Barnes, he says, starting patrol. Today is my Monday. Been to the beach last 2 days. I have a cold water front from the north. Was cold. It's in the 50s. Oh, yeah, that's a bit chilly. Boy, the Carol Finnis. Well, the shipmate Raymond Boris says, are there many boat builders around Southampton? Yes, quite a few. Down in Poole, we have Sunseeker. In fact, in Southampton here, there is Oyster Yachts. You also got Fleming Yachts. There is quite a lot around. So there are quite a few. A lot of these boats that you'll see here, though. Oh, they're not here. Keep getting the wrong camera. A lot of the boats you'll see here being loaded aren't necessarily built in the area. They may be being sold to different parts of the world or transported by their owners, or that one that's just been loaded probably is a brand new one that's being exported, I would think. Well, the shipmate Michael White from Bangkok. We finally got some weather colder than Bangkok at the moment, Michael. Normally, Michael White's over there in Bangkok tells us it's hot and humid there, but recently we've actually had more hotter and more humid weather in the port of Southampton. Shipmate Michael Jackson says, me and the family are in Mayflower Park too. Looks like we've got quite a few shipmates in Mayflower Park. Been impromptu Solent Ships meetup. conditions look very good out there on the Solent and Southampton water. Very calm and flat, very smooth. Slightly choppier in the Solent. The wind direction is from the north, so that often leads to the Southampton water being very smooth. Shipmate James Dawson says, yes, that reminds me, we need to organise the online meetup. Yes, I thought, funny if you should say that. I thought of that the other day. I meant to ask you about sorting something out. Well, the shipmate Nicholas Orr asking what the big concrete block is. Well, the big concrete block is, well, I suppose it still is. It is the outflow for the power station. There's a big sign saying do not trespass, do not get on it. So I suppose that's where all the pipes come, and that's the end point.
Southampton BTS, Disney Dream, good evening.
At last.
Disney Dream, Southampton BTS, good evening, sir.
Good evening, ready to go here on 102. Have we got permission to start singling up and get out ahead of the CMA CGM Othello?
Oh.
Disney Dream, BTS, standby, sir.
Ah, there's a container ship on the move. Yes, the CMA CGM Othello. There we go. Looks like she's on her way out. So it'll take her quite a while because they don't move very fast, container ship. So she's going to have to come all around here and then swing here and go out. Whereas Disney Dream is going to start reversing straight away. Don't know. Should be enough time, I think.
Okay, there, VTS police, can you repeat that? Okay, dear VTS. Okay, dear VTS, apologies, sir. Can you repeat your last message?
That's the container ship. The CMA CGM Othello.
Okay, dear VTS, thanks, sir. All received information. The next boarding at the NAB will be the HMM Tacoma, boarding at Alpha 1730.
Good question from shipmate. Where are Maria Butcher? Says, will we hear Disney horns? Don't know. Now, Disney Dream's not been too good with the horns. She's very stingy, mainly giving us one tune once, which is very disappointing. Last time she departed, she reversed all the way past, I think because of the Southampton Boat Show pontoons. So she reversed all the way past to the lower swing ground. And then when she did her spin, I think she let the horns go when she was facing the wrong direction and the wind's in the wrong direction. So you could barely hear the horns.
I'm local ferry traffic for you at this time.
yeah, we'll be on the move in the next couple of minutes, and the intention is to back up and swing off the ocean dock.
Disney Dream VTS, all received, sir, and when you get a chance, can you just confirm your draft for me?
Yeah, stand by.
BTS Red Eagle shortly departing roll, clear to cast, please.
Red Eagle VTS received your permission to depart roll clear for Cals at this time 1659. Traffic information, the UKD Sea Lion currently working in the vicinity of the lanes Lake Boy and bed leveling. Further traffic for you, the Red Jet 7 approaching Greenland in.
That's all received, thank you very much.
BTS Disney Dream.
Disney Dream VTS.
Yeah, maximum draft 8.51. Next port is Zeebrugge, and I've got passenger crew numbers if you're ready.
Oh, yes, please.
Disney Dream VTS, yes sir, ready.
Okay, total passengers 3764, crew 1440 plus 1.
Disney Dream VTS, all received, sir, thank you.
That's some passenger and crew numbers for Disney Dream. $3,764 passengers on board the Disney Dream, which is a lot. 264 over maximum occupancy. So a lot of children on board, I suspect, this time of year. That sounds like the Disney Dream is going to be on the move. She's reversing past Mayflower Park all the way to the lower swing ground. And then she'll turn. So I think she tends to honk a horn when she's on the turn. And because of the wind direction is not ideal at the moment, the wind is from the northeast, and she'll probably honk a horn when she's facing away from the microphone, so we may not get much noise from Disney Dream, unfortunately. And how many crew did she have? 1,440 crew, which according to my information is 18 short of a full complement of crew. But yes, very full ship indeed. Probably lots of very excited children on board. So there's the Arcadia heading off on her 13... Thirteen.
All lines on deck.
13-day round trip from Southampton. Calling in at Kristiansand in Norway, Norfjordet in Norway, Kristiansund in Norway, Andelnes in Norway, Ålesund in Norway, Stavanger in Norway, Zeebrugge in Bruges, and back to the port of Southampton. Shipmate Randy Barnes. Oh, he was at La Jolla Beach. Very famous beach there in San Diego. The Arcadia taking her turn around Cashot's bit here. Visibility looks good today. I think it was 40 something
UKD Sea Lion, Southampton VTS.
nautical miles.
UKD Sea Lion.
UKD Sea Lion, Southampton VTS. Information, sir, the next two departures, number 1B Disney Dream, shortly letting go from 102 berth, will be coming astern, swinging off Ocean Dock, proceeding outbound, and will be followed by the CMA CGM Otello, large container vessel.
Okay, copy that.
Arcadia giving us a bit of a lean round the corner here. Definitely the older P&O vessels, well, not just the older P&O ones, some of the older vessels seem to really lean around the corners here. Shipmate Randy Barnes is my favourite shot of the ships. Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? Looking straight down the bow.
BTS Red Jet 7 Northwest at the inbound to carry with speed.
Roger, 7 VTS received, proceed with caution, the Red Eagle departing Royal Pier now.
Well, the shipmate Maria Butcher says, how long does it take for these ships to be fully out of port? It depends, but about an hour. Slightly over an hour, and they'll be through the forts, essentially in the English Channel and out of the VTS range. So, just over an hour. For the shipmate Sharon Shepherd says, Disney Dreams is my favourite ship since I subscribed. I'm glad you're enjoying that one. Oh, I can see Disney Dream on our screens now. And there she is. Today, she is off on a 3-night cruise. And as we heard from those passenger numbers, other grades are full. And if you wanted to go with a family of 4 in a... let's try and decipher the code here. Concierge Family OVWW Veranda. Oh, I'm not sure. I have to ask Paul from Solent Ships Voyages. Outside with violin, walruses and whales. Veranda. Yeah, I think that's what that means. It's a 3-night cruise. Like I say, it is full. Lots of shipmates on board. It's a day at sea. Calls in at Zeebrugge in Bruges. And then back to the port of Southampton. You can see the CMA CGM Othello in the background, also on the move. Shipmates who are down here in the corner of Mayflower Park will be getting a jolly good view. There they are, just down there. Always a good collection of shipmates for a Disney ship.
Southampton VTS. Armada 601 Southampton VTS, that's all received traffic information. The HMM Tacoma, currently 8 miles south of the NAB Tower, is inbound toward her pilot station Alpha 1730.
Shipmate James Dawson says apparently OVWW is not outside violin, walruses and whales. Apparently it's Ocean View with veranda. I still would rather find walrus and whale on my balcony. Let's get a good view of our little chappie on the back here, the old Mickey Mouse and the enchanted brooms. Actually, we get a good view this time because it's bright but not too sunny. It's often difficult to see. Oh, with a shipmate, Jordan Ladley says, I'm waving from the top. Oh, we'll have a look. See if we can see any wavers. I don't know if we'll have any flags. I don't often get flags on Disney ships, I must say. There are quite a few shipmates up on the top there. It is a very full ship. Shipmates Lula B is apparently on the top deck between the funnels. Okay. Well, once you get a bit closer, we'll have a look. It's a little far down the port at the moment. Oh yes, I see you. Oh, they have a black country flag. Oh, we've seen those before, I think. I'm not sure we've had one this year. I'll have to check my flag index. Shipmate Margaret says, I guess is obstructed with view veranda. Yeah, I still prefer my whales and walruses, but you're probably right. Right, between the where was this? Between the funnels, we have a black country flag. I take it you're on the top. Let's have a zoom in there. See if we can see this black country flag. Or back. Nothing apparently obvious. Quite a pleasant sail away. It's sunny. It's not raining. It's somewhere around 19 centigrade. And normally Disney Dream would do her spin here, but as you can see, lots of pontoons down there for Southampton International Boat Show, which I think is why she's not spinning there. Shipmate Randy Barnes says that's why it's full 3 days. Yes, I think that's probably another good reason why it's full. Yep, shipmate James Dawson. Yep, that's the one. It's the one with the chain going through it, because I remember distinctly someone was flying it, and I made a complaint because it wasn't a county flag, but then I inadvertently kept calling it a county flag during the broadcast, much to the derision of the good folk of Birmingham. Right, let's see if we can work out what this flag is. It's a fairly obvious flag. It's quite distinctive. Oh, I can see some wavers. Oh, there we go. There it is. Yeah, I knew I'd see it once I could see it, if that makes sense. There it is, just to the left of the screen there. You can see the red, the white, and the link, the sort of graphic circle things are links of a chain. Linking back to Birmingham's industrious past. Looks like somebody's wearing Mickey Mouse ears as well.
Bunch of BTS, Semitsko Innovation, that is all fast alongside Crown, ETD 2100.
Semitsko Innovation, VTS, all received. Thank you, good evening.
Thank you.
Oh, I can hear music coming from Disney. Really is a party on board. Waving their Disney flag. No, their Black Country flag. Oh, camera's gone off. Well, shipmate Dalton, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. We're watching a cruise ship travel backwards as it heads off on a 3-night cruise to Belgium. At some point, it will turn around the right way. It's not going backwards all the way. Shipmate Austin says we will be on next week on Friday, and I'll have my Sussex flag out. Excellent, Sussex flag. Good, good. Well, I can hear some music. Let me put the outside microphone on. It's obviously coming from Disney's Sail Away party, I think. Let's see if we can hear it. Oh, I thought I heard something. Definitely hear some sort of music, though I can't identify the tune. Yep, can definitely hear something wafting over. Disney Dream heads off for just that 3-night cruise to Bruges. With lots of excited children on board, I suspect. Shipmate Boulder Ridge guy says, not Birmingham, the Black Country. Totally different. It's all inland for the captain. If it's not by the coast, it's all Birmingham to me. There's our shipmates waving there. Oh, the ships are going faster today. Oh, my camera's not going as fast as it used to go. Change gear on the camera. You can see the water slide on top. I think that's called the aqueducts. We have a shipmate in the chat. Most times that there's a Disney ship departing. A shipmate called Addicted to Disney. Seems to know more about Disney than definitely I know. I've got her to join us on the next live stream so she can fill us in with all the pertinent information. Is there an onboard dress code that says you must wear Disney ears? Is that a thing? I don't know. Oh, did I just spot another flag? No, somebody's bright t-shirts. Bright t-shirts on balconies, very easily confused with flags.
Yeah, much appreciated. I'll hug the berth and stay well clear, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Well, shipmate Richard Wiseman says, "Ahoy, Captain. Next weekend I'm on Ventura to Belgium and have got 2 flags for you to keeping it a surprise, as it's not one that you have on your list." Oh, good stuff, shipmate. I do like a surprise flag. Sometimes it is really quite the challenge to see it. My screen's not very big here and it's not particularly good quality, so really it can be quite a challenge. I do enjoy the challenge of working out what the flag is. I do find it particularly frustrating though if it's a football team, because I have no idea what the football team flags are, so that can be a bit slightly annoying. But I do. And of course we have had some county flags from Ireland and Scotland and Wales, which I haven't revised either. Well, shipmate Ellie, aka Merly, is someone able to help me with the Discord? I'm still a YouTube member, but my role has been changed to remove it, and now I can't comment on anything. Oh. Yeah, I don't know, shipmate. I'm not sure I quite follow. Maybe best to send the captain an email if you're having difficulty. I think are you saying you can't get onto Discord? I don't know. Send the captain an email at captain@ahoyshipmate.com. I'll see what I can do. You can see they're still strapping down that vessel. I'm just going to move the cameras around. There we go. Hoping we'll hear some Hornies from Disney. She has been a little disappointing, really, recently. Oh, and Ex-Spanner Hades reminds me, we have had some city flags as well. That's true. Southampton city flag, which I'm not that familiar with. Don't see too many of those. We've still got the Arcadia. She's just heading past Cows now on her way to the fields. Disney Dream is reversing down to the lower swing ground here And she's just about to start her spin. In fact, she's just started spinning now. Disney Dream departs with a lot of people on board. I could probably give you a more accurate figure than that. 3,764 passengers, 1,440 crew. Expecting there's a lot of children on board, as it's the school holidays, and it's only a 3-night cruise to Belgium. It was full on all of the grades, but if you wanted the concierge family unobstructed violin with Wales veranda, that was just under £7,000. What else have we got here? Oh yes, so this is the repositioning cruise for when Disney Dream returns back to the States after her stint here in the port of Southampton. That is for the middle of September, 13 nights, and I think that's the cheapest price we've seen by a long way for a Disney Dream cruise. That's £4,400, and that is for a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 children, and that's for an inside, or just about £5,000, and that's for 13 nights on board. And that calls at a day at sea, calls at Vigo in Spain, Lisbon in Portugal, another day at sea, Funchal in Madeira, and then 7 days at sea. Think of all the Disney shows you'd be able to watch on board. Finally, ending up in Port Everglades. And then you have to make your own way home, but Paul from Solent Ships Voyages can sort out hotels, theme parks, transfers. I suppose if you're in Florida, you can go to Disney World, can't you? Complete the journey, so to speak. One of the Red Funnel Falcons, the Red Funnel Falcon. Not one of the, they only have one, only one Falcon. Sneaking round the Disney Dream. Well, shipmate Steve B says, is the boat show on in Mayflower Park this weekend? No, boat show is not on until the middle of September, about a month away. And I think Ellie Murley's sorting out her Discord problems. Good. I'm not an expert. Matt King's our Discord expert. I can sometimes get some things to work. See the Disney now starting her spin. And Red Jet wants to sneak out. So Disney Dreams is off on a 3-night cruise to Belgium. This one here. But if you can't make it this year, next year we have Disney Wish. And this is an example of a 3-night cruise on Disney Wish for next year. That's for August, so very similar time of year, very similar cruise. Prices for that starting at around £3,500 for an inside, just under £4,000 for a veranda, and that is for a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 children. Obviously, if you don't have children, you don't have to pay for the children, but it just gives you, most people seem to be travelling with children, so it's a good idea of a combined price there. It's very dark skies. I do feel like it might rain at any moment. It's making Disney Dream look rather splendid with her dark hull and her white superstructure with the yellow lifeboats and the yellow stripe. Those little heads peering out of those balconies. I wonder if I can adopt that sort of strategy for the broadcast. Sit back somewhere, point at some brushes and get them to do all the work. Certainly gets a spin on quickly, doesn't she, the old Disney dream? I do wonder if they might be sailing into a spot of rain, actually. I haven't heard any hornage as yet. I think there's a possibility we might not have any, or either that or she's honked and the wind has taken it away. Shipmate James also says, wouldn't it be pointing at the spanners in your case? I think I might incur a mutiny if that was the case. Looks like Disney's pretty much finished her swing. Can't hear any hornage. Wonder if there's any flags on this side of the vessel. Don't see any. I think I may have just heard some, but if I did, it was superbly faint. Yeah, no, very faint indeed. Well, the shipmates, Maria Butcher says, when the boat show is on, is the traffic worse? I'm boarding Sky Princess on the 26th of September. Is the traffic worse? Yes. What is worse is hotel accommodation. If you're staying in a hotel the night before, it's very difficult to find hotel accommodation because of the boat show. There's very difficult to find parking because of the boat show. And there is quite a lot of traffic because of the boat show. No, can't see any flags on the port side of Disney Dream. Excellent spanner Hages there. Has the Iron Horse been fed? Actually, I've both Iron Horses have been fed. I will check at the last minute to see what the weather's like, to see which Iron Horse I take. Although one of the Iron Horses will need, if we do a lap of the Isle of Wight, the Iron Horse will need feeding before it completes the lap. And will I be able to make it to the Red Funnel terminal? Cheeky spanner. Yes, I shall be able to make it. Or whatever time you said. It was 8 o'clock or 8:30. I think it was 8 o'clock for 8:30, I think. It's lovely looking cabins there on the stern. Finally, the container ship, she's also swung and is heading out. The CMA CGM Othello. hearing some noises, and I can't quite work out if I'm hearing Disney Dreams horns or if I'm just imagining it. She's certainly picking up the pace, though. I can see some thrust from the stern. About 7 o'clock for the 8 o'clock sailing. Oh. Eight o'clock sailing. Yeah, I'm sure I can manage that. Don't think I'll be there at 7, though. Question is, where are we stopping for breakfast at Spanner Hades? Shipmate Chris Buster says, take it you have a moped. Is it a 50cc? No, it's not a moped. No. Not a moped. Just doesn't have doesn't have much of a range. If I'm lucky, and I'm taking it easy, 90 to 100 miles. And if the captain gets a bit wrist happy, about 70 miles. Shipmate Stephen Joy, I think someone was asking about how busy things will be, and Stephen Joy is saying yes, the queue for Dockgate 4 will also be very busy because of Iona passengers. That is true. Well, it's looking quite bright and sunny now for Disney Dreams departure. You can see there at the bottom of the picture is a vessel carrying wind turbine blades manufactured on the Isle of Wight. Shipmate Raven Morris says you would have thought that children would like to hear the horns. I'm of the suspicion that they do play the horns on the internal PA system, so you can hear it when you're on board, but they don't always play the external ones. But I agree, you would think children would be keen to hear the horns, and all the big children that are standing in Mayflower Park wanting to hear what's going on. I think it's a bit of a remiss of them to not play them all the time. Lovely silhouette of Disney Dream there. Very elegant looking vessel. Shipmate Daniel Elliott says, disappointing Disney still not had the memo about the honking. No, I know. We've all been emailing her. Chris from VTS has passed on the message to the pilot, so I will have to investigate what's the deal is with this lack of hornage. Spat Hades says, we're going to stop for breakfast somewhere around Ryde. Excellent, that should be about right. If we on the 8 o'clock ferry, we'll get in at 9 o'clock. Probably be at Ryde about 9:30. Yeah, that should be good. Hopefully it won't be raining on Sunday. Shipmate KJ Brown says, missing a marketing trick with virtually no hornage from Disney Magic. I know, exactly. And a lot of shipmates make their way down to Mayflower Park. It's, such dedicated fans. You would think the ship would honour them with at least a couple of blasts through all the various different tunes. Shipmate Dan says they don't play in ship, only tell you they are going to play. Oh, okay, right now. I don't know if it's different for all the ships. I've not been on board. I've been trying to piece together what people are saying. Shipmate Chris Plus says, is your bike electric? No, it's definitely not electric. Definitely not electric. It's I don't know what it is, a 1300. But it's got a very small fuel tank. And the captain rather does like to make the iron horse gallop fast. And when it gallops fast, it's a thirsty iron horse. Shipmate Kimberly Palmer says if it's a full ship, it'll be pretty horrendous for queues. We just got off the 4-night and we gave up queuing for character meets as the queues were often an hour or more. Well, I'm not surprised. Not surprised. When you've got that many people on board, and it's going to be busy, isn't it? Oh, the shipmate Simon Doyle. Oh, I wonder where Simon Doyle is. Are you back in the UK, or are you still somewhere over in the States on Queen Mary 2? Or are you transatlantic? I wonder if you're transatlantic. Shipmate Nicholas Hall says, seems a waste to have all those tunes on those horns and not use them. I totally agree. Definitely some of the other ships are really honky by comparison. I don't know why Disney Dream keeps them in reserve. Previously, when we had Captain Wesley Dunlop, he was a big advocate of leaning on that horn button. Shipmate James Dawson says still mid-Atlantic. Oh yes, sending greetings from Queen Mary 2 in North Atlantic. I thought you would. I thought you might be. I thought you'd be on your return. I'm not sure how long shipmate Simon Doyle's been on Queen Mary 2, but it's been quite a long time. I think he spends more time on Queen Mary 2 than he does on land. Gosh, it's quite bright out there, isn't it? Lovely sunny departure for Disney Dream, who is again in my bad books for not honking her horn. Shipmate Laura Bennett says they did one horn when we left on Monday. Yeah, I thought we heard that. He does seem a bit stingy with his horns. Last year it was ever so good. Shipmate Lord Bennett also says at midday every day they do sound the horn on deck. You cannot hear it below. Shipmate Randy Barnes says he patrols on a big e-bike registered and badged with Sheriff Department. Excellent. I would like an electric motorcycle, but they don't have the range. Oh. Well, shipmate Pam Churcher says on Shield Hall on Sunday, going to the Needles, looking forward to it. I think the weather should be good for you on Sunday. Shipmate Simon Dawes back on Tuesday. You won't know what dry land is. Shipmate James Dawson says, yes, his second home. They must know you by name on there by now, surely. Oh, shipmates. It's turned out to be a bright and sunny departure this evening. Get some grey skies and some sun, some interesting and beautiful colours out there. We will be back tomorrow for 4 cruise ships. In the bottom of the chat, there's a link. If you want to play Guess the Number of Passengers Departing the Port of Southampton and win an item of your choice from the ship's store. Click on the link and a form will pop up, and then you can enter your username and your guess on how many passengers. There's 4 ships departing tomorrow. You have to work out what the total of passengers might be, and I'll give you a clue. It's going to be quite busy tomorrow because it is a day in August, a Saturday in August. It'll be a busy departure day tomorrow. The 4 ships departing are the Sky Princess at 4 o'clock, the Celebrity Apex at 4 o'clock, the Ventura at 4 o'clock, and at 5 o'clock, P&O's Iona. Shipmate Ellie Mully says, thinks that Disney ships should be contractually obliged to use their horns when leaving port. I think so, and not just use their horns, they should play every tune at least twice. Some of the other ships are really good about blowing their horns. I don't know why Disney feel the need to be stingy about it. Yeah, so 4 ships departing tomorrow. Then no live stream on the Sunday because I'm going for a little motorcycle ride around the Isle of Wight with our spanner Hades. James Dawson, I discovered that I can now enable closed captions, so I thought I'd give it a go. It is interesting to see exactly what they describe. It's real-time closed captions. I suppose it's better than nothing, but it's not always very good. And James Dawson says it's the closed captions have just described Iona as eye-opener. I guess Iona is an eye-opener. It'll be interesting to see how accurate the closed captions are. I did try it on something before, and it did a surprisingly good job of picking up ahoy and all the various different expressions. And then other times it was just completely useless. Well, shipmates, I hope you've enjoyed that one. I will continue to follow Disney Dream as she heads down Southampton water, and we shall return at 4 o'clock. Actually, I might start a bit earlier on Saturday, maybe 4:45, so make sure everyone's got their guesses in for guessing the number of shipmates departing the port of Southampton, and to win some merchandise from the ship's store. If you haven't subscribed, shipmates, please do think about subscribing. It doesn't cost a penny. It spreads the word of the channel greatly, and as you can see, some of our shipmates, like shipmate Sharon Shepherd, only recently discovered the channel and she's really enjoying it. And people only discover the channel if the more of you subscribe, then YouTube recommends it to people who think might be interested. And if you have subscribed, many thanks for your support. And if you are a member of the channel, a PayPal donor or a Patreon, many thanks for your continued support. And of course, many thanks to the Blue Spanner crew, who not only look after this chat, they look after the chat and the other live streams. And I'm sure they'll be whizzing the cameras around on Sunday while the captain's whizzing around the Isle of Wight. Till next time, shipmates.
Arcadia, VTS, that's all received, sir. Traffic information, the key width ahead of you will be going out west of the nav tower, and the large container vessel HMM Tacoma, currently in the nav deep water route just past the outer nav buoys inbound. Okay, dear VTS, all received at Northern Easter Tower, thank you. HMM Tacoma VTS received traffic update. The key width approaching the St. Helens buoy will be proceeding outbound west. The key width approaching the NAB East buoy will be outbound west of the NAB, and the Arcadia just past the Warner buoy will be out north and east of the NAB tower.
Southampton VTS, this is CMA CGM Jean Mermoz.
CMA CGM Jean Mermoz, Southampton VTS.
Good evening, sir. We would like to inform you that we have completed our engine immobilization.
CMA CGM Jean Mermoz, Southampton VTS, or receive.
What's the man of Southampton VTS? German VTS. Thank you. Good evening, and please proceed to your NAB anchorage number 5. For your information, you will see dredger Britannia Beaver. She's working NAB anchorages number 9 and 10. She is dredging, so please allow them plenty of sea room to maneuver. And call me when you're in position, NAB anchorage number 5. Over. Thank you very much. Right, it's 7 VTS. Thank you. Clear to proceed. Outward bound Disney Dream. Passing SO. Clear channel, please. Followed by a clear channel. CMACGM or Tello. Shadow spray you at the hook inward bound. Thank you.
BTS Red Jet 6, shortly departing Town Quay for Cows. Request traffic and clearance to depart, please.
Yes, so understood. Thank you. Clear to proceed. Disney Dream at the hook outward bound clear channel, followed by clear channel Othello.
So copy, thank you.
Tiny Beaver, all understood. Thank you. Inward bound Porto Germano, you'll see approaching from south. Is aware of your dredging. Should proceeding to nav anchorage number 5.
Southampton VTS Red Falcon, short away from roll pier, please.
Red Falcon, clear to proceed.
Thank you.
BTS Disney Dream, head out to the east main channel.
Disney Dream. Thank you. Quay, Romulus, Southampton. Quay, Romulus, Southampton, BTS. Quay, Romulus, Southampton, BTS. What anchorage would you like? You can go to number 9 if you want. Only 9 and 11 are available.
VTS, CMAC Gematello, okay, main channel to the east.
Typhoon. This is Southampton VTS, Southampton VTS. Typhoon, Southampton VTS. Good. evening information from your pilot. Please arrange your pilot ladder on your sea side. Pilot will be coming from the sea, and it needs to be 2 meters above the water, please. Yep, about 20:30 local time, 2030. Your pilot will be coming from the sea side, and departure is booked for 2100. Ventura, Southampton. Ventura, Southampton VTS, all understood, thank you. And please confirm you have charts for the area. Ventura, thank you, all received. And please call me at Yarmouth. Jet 7 VTS, carry on, please. Jet 6, 4.06.
BTS, Red Jet 7, Hive line in continuous speed, please.
Jet 7, yes, please, carry on.
Thank you. Please do, thank you very much, and good evening. Yes, Red Osprey, Norfolk in British current speed, please.
Red Osprey, yes, please, carry on.
BTS, the Amazon McGregor. Southampton BTS, the Amazon McGregor. Good evening. BTS, the Amazon McGregor. Good evening. Amazon McGregor, nothing heard.
BTS, you good evening, on, good evening.
Sea-Line BTS, good.
Yeah, evening there. Just finishing up dredging Southampton water for tonight. I'd like to return back to 29 berth, please.
It is Sea-Line BTS, that's fine, thank you.
Thank you.
Southampton BTS, Alison McGregor. Good evening.
Alison McGregor BTS.
BTS, Alison McGregor. Yeah, good evening. We've just departed Hyde with 13 people on board for the Itchin, over.
Alison McGregor BTS, thank you very much. All received. Traffic for you, UKG Sea-Line, returning to 29 berth from Western Shop. Arcadia. Arcadia, Southampton. Thank you very much. All received and no further traffic reported.